Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charles, and I welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and where we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. I've always said for the longest time that I thought that Anthony Davis was one of the most talented players we have in the NBA. But ever since he became a Los Angeles Laker, I always said, we're dating back to almost 2 years now, where I said that I didn't think he would be the right guy for that franchise. I said that I just didn't see it in him. What made me say this? As a lifelong Kobe Bryant fan, right, who followed the Lakers for 20 years, close to 20 years, right? I understood that the caliber of player that was needed to be able to lead that franchise. You're not just talking about leading an NBA franchise, you're talking about leading the Los Angeles Lakers, right? That is a franchise that is used to winning. In fact, they expect to win, right? How do you know this? I remember when Dwight Howard initially went to the Los Angeles Lakers, and he was there all about joking and kikiing and laughing it up. And I think it was Jack Nicholson that was cussing him out on the sideline. People were not amused by that, right? The Lakers are all about winning, and they want to win now, and they want to win all the time. That's something that Kobe Bryant understood. To a certain degree, that's something that LeBron James understood. When LeBron got to LA, they were like, yeah, you're LeBron, all this effort. But the Lakers were like, listen, we need to see a championship. It was only until LeBron was able to deliver a championship to the city of Los Angeles, that's when the Laker fans started to embrace him, right? They need to see some substance. And I just felt as if that Anthony Davis was just not that guy that was going to be able to lead them to the promised land. How do I know this? Because I saw what he was able to accomplish when he was with the New Orleans Pelicans. He didn't accomplish pretty much nothing if we're talking about in the playoffs, and if we're juxtaposing, accomplishments as it pertains to what the Lakers expect, right? Some organizations, they don't expect to win. The Lakers do. I always felt this way. Now, all of a sudden, people are beginning to wonder, is it true? Is Anthony Davis, shouldn't you be able to do more, given the fact that, because we all know LeBron James has been injured, and people are expecting Anthony Davis to step up, given the fact that he's now a top 75 player, which I think was a premature selection anyway. He's a top 75 player, and he can barely lead the Lakers to wins in the absence of LeBron James. And people are beginning to ask the question, why isn't AD this? Why isn't AD that? The question is mentality. And I'm like, you guys haven't been paying attention. I always knew this about Anthony Davis, but now it seems there's beginning to be kind of like this kind of tsunami, in the media, and this kind of sentiment is beginning to pick up a lot of headway. And now people are really beginning to understand that Anthony Davis is just really not that dude, right? So what we want to do here, we want to play some of the things that Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharpe, who initially picked the Lakers, we want to play some of the comments that they had to make about Anthony Davis. And really, I want you guys to listen to how they expressed their disappointment in AD, how they expected more from him, and they're just not seeing that. So before we go too far, take a listen to some of the things that they had to say here.
The second reason is because if Anthony Davis is a top 10 player when LeBron is there, that is good enough to win you a lot of games, possibly get you to the finals, maybe win the finals. When LeBron isn't there, Anthony Davis needs to be a top 5 player, not just a top 5 talent. And far too many times we see games like last night, 18-9, 22-8 against Minnesota. We don't see enough games like we saw against Charlotte, 32-12, against San Antonio, 34-15. Remember last year, he dominated in the regular season. He dominated DeAndre Ayton. We saw him put up that monster game against Nikola Jokic against Denver. We don't see enough of those games. You see the difference? The difference between Anthony Davis and Giannis Antetokounmpo is one thing: mindset. Giannis says, I'm going to the rim come hell or high water. He's going to the rim. You can't tell me, nobody can tell me that Giannis is a more skilled, a more talented player than Anthony Davis. He doesn't shoot the three. He turned himself into was shooting the three good last night, Skip. Shot the free throw pretty good last night, Skip. But you go 18-20.
You're talking about Russ, right?
No, I'm talking about Giannis.
Oh, Giannis. I'm sorry. I thought you went to Russ.
No, I'm saying you can't tell.
No, he did. Yes, he did. He scored 47 points.
That's my point. I'm saying you can't tell me Anthony Davis shouldn't be able to do that. It's his mindset.
I totally agree.
So far too many times we talk about Anthony Davis as a top 5 talent, but he doesn't play like that.
Yep.
And when you have LeBron, Skip, you can be a top 10 player, and with LeBron being as great as he is, you can win games. But when you remove one of those, That top 5 talent needs to be a top 5 player. And far too many times, we don't see Anthony Davis do that.
But that's why, to me, it's about Anthony Davis, bro. LeBron is out. Russell Westbrook, say what you want, 19 points, 15 assists, just 3 turnovers in the game, okay? He didn't have a bad game at all, you know what I'm saying? I thought he was going to have a bad game because he started off with with a turnover for the game and 4 turnovers in the first half. I think they corrected one or whatever. But the point is 19 points, 15 assists, all right, on pretty good shooting, 40% from three-point range. That is not a bad night. You're Anthony Davis. People have talked about you being a top 5 player in the world. We have a 2-time league MVP, a defensive player of the year, and the reigning defending NBA champion who is an NBA Finals MVP step on the court directly against you and comes for you unapologetically. First 8 or 10 points with layups or dunks directly against Anthony Davis. And you respond so putridly? That's unacceptable. That's unacceptable because we look at LeBron. It's a shame. And here's the deal. We have to acknowledge how shameful this is. LeBron is 36 going on 37 years of age. He is in his 19th season in the NBA. And the Lakers are on that basketball court walking around like, we need our brother to come save the day. It's like, damn. Y'all supposed to be saving him.
If you paid attention to what they were saying, they were not questioning his ability. They were questioning his mindset. That's really what they were talking to. I said this before and I'm going to say it again. If Anthony Davis had the mindset of Giannis Antetokounmpo, he could possibly be the best player in the world because he certainly has the skills to do it. The problem is he doesn't. Anthony Davis is a follower. He is not a leader. He is a follower. He is a follower of LeBron James. And I never believed that a follower can be somebody that can lead the Los Angeles Lakers in the future. They need leaders. They have had leaders in the past. Let's go through some of the players that they've had. James Worthy, Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Shaquille O'Neal, Jerry West, Kobe Bryant. Now they have LeBron. These are leaders, right? These guys are leaders. Anthony Davis is a follower. He literally looks as if he is there waiting for LeBron James to come to the rescue and save the day. I said it before and I'm going to say it again. I think it's extremely selfish for the Lakers to be putting their hopes and dreams and aspirations on a 37-year-old basketball player. If that is the way out, there is no way out. LeBron is getting older. He's getting injured more frequently now. You can't, your strategy cannot be, oh, let's wait for LeBron James to come back, who'll be turning 37 years old, I believe, in December, and he's going to save the day. That's lunacy. It's lunacy. It's not a recipe for success. Currently on the Lakers, you have 2 top 75 players who I believe should not have been on the list. I don't think Russell Westbrook should have been a top 75 player because all of those triple doubles didn't amount to anything. And Anthony Davis, I think, was selected prematurely. You can't have 2 top 75 players and you can barely get wins. That's unconscionable. Paul George, let me bring it up again, who is not a top 75 player. People said he doesn't deserve to be a top 75, and I agree. Paul George is able to do more with less than Anthony Davis and Russell Westbrook combined. That's absurd. Would Anthony Davis have a championship right now had he not joined the Lakers? I don't think he would. He would be exactly who he's always been, the dude in New Orleans. And now is the time for us to see what you got, and you can barely lead the team. The team look lost in the absence of LeBron James. They look lost. And if this is the guy that Laker fans believe that this is the guy, he's not that dude. I never believed it. Never, ever believed it. I don't see it in him. I don't see it. I don't believe it. He ain't got it in him, son. He don't. So to me, that's what I think. And I think people are beginning to finally realize this because now Anthony Davis is on the Lakers and you're playing on the biggest stage in basketball. And now you're under a microscope. People were enamored by the Russell Westbrook triple doubles, and now you're looking at like, wait a minute, this guy's getting triple doubles, high turnovers, barely winning, and now people are really beginning to understand all of those empty calories that he's putting out there. And it's the same thing that's happening with Anthony Davis. They're talking about the Lakers on a daily basis on national news wave, probably international news waves, And people are really beginning to pay more attention to him. When he was in New Orleans, nobody was paying attention to him, so no one really knew. When Russell Westbrook was with OKC and the Washington Wizards, no one was paying attention to him. The minute now they're playing on the biggest stage in the NBA, playing for the Los Angeles Lakers, people are really beginning to understand who these people are. This is who they always were. It's just now we're paying attention to them. He's not that dude. I truly believe that. So what I want to know from you guys, what do you think? What do you think about some of the things that people in the media are saying? What do you think about some of the things that I'm saying? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Again, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we drop our content. Once again, this is Charles here from Dreamerspro, wishing you guys an amazing day and catch you guys on the next episode.